My next step is going to be to serge the bottom of my hem, or the bottom of the shirt. And let's look at the pattern guide sheet just to make sure that we're not going to miss anything. So we just did that step, and then here it says to overcast the bottom edge of the shirt, and overcast is another word for serge. So we're going to just serge the bottom edge of the shirt. Then we'll fold 1 inch for the casing to the wrong side, press it, and pin it. So that's similar to what we did on the hood, where we folded it 1 inch and we pressed it and then we sewed it. We pressed, pinned, and sewed it. So that's what we're going to do on the bottom of our hem. You're going to stitch close to the edge of the casing, just like we did with the hood, and then you're going to insert your drawstring into the casing through the buttonhole. So if you want to do a drawstring, you don't have to, but if you choose to do the drawstring, you'll cut open your buttonholes and you'll put the drawstring through that. So we can talk about all of those things, but let's start with just the serging. To serge, you're just going to serge like we've done everything else. You'll make sure your machine is on, and then once it's on, you'll double check that there is a chain. When you serge, make sure that your presser foot is down. You never lift up your presser foot on the serger. If there isn't a chain, come and get me, and we'll figure out what's wrong with the machine. You might need to switch to a different machine, but that's the basics. And then I will take my hoodie, and I'm just going to start anywhere on it. It doesn't really matter where, so I'll just start somewhere. I'm going to start in the back, just in case something goes wrong. Then you won't see it as much. And I will just line it up with my, I won't lift up my presser foot. I'm just going to line it up with the blade, and then it's kind of hard because it's a loop, so there's not like a straight edge. So you're just going to have to put it in at an angle and then straighten it out as you go. That makes sense. So you'll just serge like this, and I'm going to go all the way around. So I'm just going to serge in a loop. I'm going to make sure that nothing, see I have all this fabric right here, and it would be really, really sad if something slipped under and got cut and serged. So I'm going to just double check periodically that there's nothing underneath, and I'll pull everything out so that I can see what's coming next. I don't want to serge something that is not intended to be serged. That would be very sad. And here I'm getting to my side seam. I just want my side seam to go to the back. So I'm just going to push it to the back, that seam allowance. And this is my front. You can see my hood right here. So this is my front. So I'm going to just push my seam allowance to the back. Again, I want my seam allowance to go towards the back. So this side, my front's up here. So my seam allowance I want to come towards me this time. So I'll just pull it that way, and I'll just keep serging right over it. Gonna double check that I don't have anything tucked under. I'm almost done. And once I've overlapped where I've already serged, I can just continue to sew right off the edge. When you're done using the serger, just make sure to turn it off, and you can do that by just hitting this switch down here. You can't quite see it still, but it's right under this wheel right here. It's a black switch, and you're gonna hit it so that the circle is what's pressed down, and then the line is kind of lifted up. So make sure that the circle is pressed down so that the machine is off, and that way if someone walks by, they don't accidentally like step on the presser or the foot pedal and have the serger go wild. Okay, so make sure to turn it off once you're done.